Secretary General, come closer. Yes, it is a very intimate affair.
Thank you very much, everybody. So, I'm always extremely negative about everything. And I would include, though, with these individuals on stage, Yaka, who I've known a long time now, who decided a long time ago he was going to do something with his particular skills as a promoter, as a publisher. So he stands with Nick and Secretary General and Sharon and Nadia. But even though he's explained what it is that he wishes to achieve with this new conference, I want to ask, what is this new forum? What are we all expected to do? What's it for? What does it hope to achieve? Because we've talked enough. I've talked enough. I'm tired of speeches. I'm tired of listening. I'm tired of rhetoric. And as Sharon said, the world's burning. We've been lured into believing that if we only articulate or publish our outrage, then change will occur. That's not true. Nothing will happen. No change will emerge from our vented spleens. Cyberspace is a vast void. We can howl our rage and discontents into its hollow, empty chambers and achieve precisely nothing. We may feel a certain spurious self-satisfaction, unwarranted, unjustified fellowship of action. And that's what we feel here today, right now. But it is unjustified. There is fellowship. But unlike Nick, will there be action? In truth, most of these conferences, now I'm sort of old and not cynical, but now skeptical. Most of them are sort of acts of deluded futility. Davos, all those things, even Munich yesterday, I'm not with that anymore. All that really happens is a pantomime act of imaginary defiance, a shared impotence is what's been articulated, and a delusional sense of having done something. In the past, or even today, the physical, real-world equivalent of cyber venting is the glow of communal fellowship one experiences in a vast crowd of protesting fellow travellers singing those timeless anthems like "We Shall Overcome." But sadly, in truth, you will overcome nothing. You just feel good. You go home, you have your tea, and you say to yourself, well, at least I stood up. Okay. What then? Well, action, ladies and gentlemen. Action this day and every day. Not the distractive hair-splitting over language and imaginary and silly theories of historic and contemporary aggrievement, but real-world engagement that requires intellectual and physical effort and sometimes sacrifice of time, work, and in the case of the great Navalny, even family. And why now? Because, as Sharon so glaringly pointed out, because the world has never in my life been so frighteningly dangerous as it is now. Europe is now, this second, being invaded by a murderous thug again. At all costs, whatever it costs, whatever it takes, this evil man must be stopped. And besides, this woman, this brave Russian woman of action, where are the Russians, Yaka, in this World Forum? In China, a terrifying program of total control and suppression over a vast population through the use of the most advanced invasive technologies at the service of the state reduces the individual and the family unit to be mere ciphers for the political leadership, or suborning and crushing any and all religious, intellectual, political and thought difference to the demands of a vast, subjugating surveillance prison system. Yaka, where are the Chinese at this World Forum? Where are the Republican Party representatives from the United States who may finally explain to us why they seek the final end to the American Revolution of the Enlightenment, and how cynicism so overwhelmed them they permitted their honourable history to be captured by an idiot and put to the use of the mob, who will allow a circus fool to become an incapable and terrifying president. Yaka, why are they not here? Where are the Africans who once again preside over hunger and poverty on a terrifying scale with a seeming equanimity over the scale of another impending famine, whilst extending all effort to prevent the use of that word for fear of the shame and failure it implies over their pathetic governance in allowing it once again to fall agonizingly upon their own poor people? Where are the Ethiopians, Yaka, in this World Forum? Where are the Palestinians? Where are the Israelis? Where are the Syrians, Iraqis, Iranians, Saudis, Qataris and Yemenis to tell us when and how they will ever stop their murderous, stupid feuding? And why is Islam so vital in its enmity with the values of the West, while in Chechnya and Uyghur states their co-religionists are murdered, herded into camps, indoctrinated, spied upon and tortured? Where is their vast oil wealth to help their Rohingya Muslims fellows in their sad plight? Yaka, they're not here either. So, are we now the impotent, the confused and frightened peoples and continent, so filled with self-doubt and overwhelmed by this newer world that we are so paralysed we cannot function save to invent yet another venue where old men and women, no longer in power, have something to do and regret when they did have power they did so little to prevent what is happening now, or did too much to accelerate this awful, frightening present. So to action. If the individual resolves to act, to fight for and preserve our freedoms, to dispel the cynicism, mistrust and growing lack of confidence, if the tiresome and tiring daily struggle to keep democracy, that most revolutionary and most difficult of all political philosophies, is fought for daily, then not only will this new forum have been worth our gathering here today, but new purpose, new vigour, new belief will be injected into our stumbling systems of freedom. The world is shifting. We've no need to fear that. We should not seek to hinder its unstoppable drift. Rather, we should make every effort to steer it in the ever-desired direction of freedom. The task before us, we sort of all agree with each other, will not be easy, for the forces of oppression have found a new strength with newer despots who seek to sow self-doubt, cynicism, discontent and fear, and with which they seek to undermine us. Let us then defeat them, as we have done so many times in the past. I cannot advise precisely how to act. As Nick says, there's a point, and you just do. And as he suggests, that's what being called human actually means. So I can't say how we act or how to fight. You will individually, like Nadja, like Nick, like Ban Ki-moon, like Sharon, like Yaka, you will individually decide that. But the first step must be the resolve and the commitment that the terrible dangers and fears of this current world must be and will be overcome, so that evil now, as in the past, will be beaten back, and that empathy, tolerance, and freedom once again flourish in the untrammeled fields of common humanity. That's the job, Yaka. That's why we should not all agree. That's why we should just act.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Gledof, thank you so much for your passionate words. Come closer. This was once of a kind. Now I'm telling you, there's a politician lost in you. I think we can all agree.
But I don't want to be one.
Yeah. But let me just tell you, I think I speak for all when I say this has been a spectacular opening of the World Forum on the Future of Democracy, Tech and Humankind. So Bob Gledof, Sharon Stone, Secretary General, of course, Nadja, Nick Bostich, Yaka. There's so much more to be discussed. I think we all know that today, tomorrow, and beyond. Let me just point out that Hillary Clinton, former US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, will actually conclude the World Forum tomorrow at 5 p.m. at Theater des Westens with a conversation, and you of course are all invited to join. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Forum is now herewith declared open. Thank you so much.